the mystery of iniquity. Said it's the misery of iniquity. Say it's the history of iniquity. Woo! When it all falls down. I'm telling you, oh, it all falls down. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another video. I hope y'all doing good. How your back feel? Like, did you stretch? Like, did you drink some water too? Make sure you're drinking some water. Like, I'm just trying to make sure y'all good because we're about to get into some things. You know me, I'm gonna just get right into it. I was just chilling and I overheard something about TD Jakes and I wanted to sit down and talk with y'all about that. I just want to dive into and talk to y'all about what this may mean and people distancing themselves from P. Diddy, right? So if you guys don't know, there was a TikTok that came out saying Cassie submitted some emails to the FBI and some other evidence that is incriminating P. Diddy even more, right? And basically it was saying that pertaining to Bishop TD Jakes being a part of P. Diddy's FREAKOFFS. If you guys don't know, there was a whole 32-page document of Cassie alleging and putting all of this out for the public, and she settled for a lot of money, and P. Diddy settled within 72 hours by the end of the weekend. But she was saying a lot of crazy things. She was saying that P. Diddy was forcing her to have encounters with other men, doing things that she didn't want to do, and all these things, right? When I first heard this story, I was just like, what? Like, what? TD Jakes? TD of the Jakes? TD? What TD? And there was one I saw of him twerking. They was trying to say he was twerking. I'm like, on his wife's birthday? I'm like, nah, this is wild. The moral of the story is people are definitely going to be slandering people who are connected to P. Diddy. You and I are currently watching a downfall. What is a downfall, right? We hear about a downfall when it comes to kings, right? When it comes to stories, myths, movies, right? The downfall of somebody, right? We are literally watching in real time the downfall of a very powerful man. And some people will say it's bitter, some people will say it's sweet. If you ask me, I'm feeling a little, you know, when you taste some candy, you feel that in your gums, you feel a little tingle. I'm feeling a little tingle. I'm not gonna hold you, I'm feeling a little tingle. But the reason why is because everybody knows that P. Diddy has been accused of a lot of things in the past. And I heard about the things. I saw the interview with him and Fabulous and him calling him daddy, him calling Meek Mill daddy, and you know, there's some things there. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And people saw the smoke and they knew what it was, or they felt like they knew, allegedly, right? So with me, I'm like, okay. But basically, there has been a lot of things about P. Diddy over the years, but ever since Cassie dropped that 33-page document talking about all the things that he did to her over the years, it definitely put a lot out there into the public eye. And when the public when the public actually gets wind of something, specifically from somebody who was very close to him over the years, there's no denying that Cassie was a very close person. That was his girlfriend. Everybody knew that they was like this. Everywhere she was seen, he was seen. Why? Because he actually built her career up. So going back into that, now fast forward, she put it out all on the table. She like, nah, this is it. And I feel like I've been telling everybody I knew what she was doing, right? I knew exactly what she was doing. After a while, I was like, but I kind of started picking up the pieces because y'all need to check out Sloan Bella. Like, Sloan, shouts out to Sloan. Like, I fuck with her, but we're gonna get into that later. I feel like I knew what she was doing. A lot of people were saying, oh, she only wants money. Why would she just settle for this amount of money? Blah, 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 blah. Y'all have to remember, she sat down and made and actually articulated onto paper a 33-page document of everything. She went back into her memories and recollected, found probably different brain scans, and had to go into different medical documentations and things like that, and had to go where the money was to actually put all this together too. I feel like it wasn't just a 33-page document. There was some other evidence that was put into this. So I feel like she definitely put herself through a lot revisiting this trauma, and I commend her for that. I feel like dominoes, that's it, like domino effects. When it comes to somebody knocking down 3 dominoes, eventually all them dominoes gonna fall. And yes, some people can say, oh, some of these people want money, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool, that's fine, but everybody is saying the same thing. All of them is not tripping. Cassie set the baseline. She couldn't have been lying because she had to go to court and she put on oath, sworn in, basically, that this was real, this really happened to me. They took her seriously. Then he settled. So he pretty much, she pretty much opened up the gates for anybody else to add on to this story, add context to this story. Oh yeah, I was there for this situation. Oh yeah, I was there for that situation. Oh yeah, I remember that. A lot of that is happening, not just with women, but also with men. And it's very interesting because people will say, oh, these people, why did they say it now? Why would they speak now? I mean, why do you think? I mean, this person is very powerful. If you watch movies where people move in certain ways with money, you gotta understand not all of that is real, but you gotta use the context clues, right? P. Diddy is a very powerful man. Let's keep it a bean, keep it a stack. There's grown-ass men who are afraid of him and the things that they think he can do, right? I'm not even going to put that out there because I feel like this man is not powerful. A lot of these people are just scared to die, and they know, you know, they just don't want to die. Let's keep it at that. But I feel like she was definitely doing this so she can help or get other victims worked up to be able to tell their story as well, right? And he is losing a lot of connections, y'all. He is losing a lot of connections, so we'll definitely have to see, because 50 Cent clowned his ass saying that he's going to make a documentary. He said that he's willing to buy Revolt, all this crazy shit. But you know what I'm saying, he set himself up by what, you know, he settled so quick, so people already equated that itself to guilt. So now people are disassociating themselves from him, right? I heard that TD Jakes is getting a lawyer as we speak and getting that up in arms because he's not playing with that shit. And rightfully so. I feel like with the TD Jakes situation, it's very unfortunate that he was tied to this. Do I think that it's real? I feel like it could have something to it, but I feel like people really just trying to come for TD Jakes because he is attached to P. Diddy. But we're gonna have to see just how far that goes, and we'll just have to wait to see, because, you know, there's definitely some pictures of them together, but you know, that's pretty much it. We don't really have more evidence there, so we'll just have to see. But if the FBI is collecting more evidence on this, this will be very telling, and we'll definitely have to see. 2024 will be a reckoning, y'all. 2024 will be the year of reckoning. It's like, it's really the year of reckoning. It's really the year of like people really getting exposed. I feel like this year was definitely some like expose, but I feel like wait till next year, y'all. Wait till January, because that Epstein list is coming. And I'm definitely gonna be one of the first motherfuckers to check that shit out, and we're gonna talk about that, because Jeffrey, you know, it's not even about you no more, baby. It's not even about you no more. It's about that list, the people that was working with you. Because Jeffrey, as y'all know, he wasn't really nobody when he was coming up. He came up by the connections he made, and he ended up just flipping it, just flipping money. He was not really nobody, connected with nobody, doing nothing with nobody, not connected to nobody. He made a name for himself through the connections he made. He committed S in jail, apparently, quote unquote, but there's a list, and that list is going to come out, and we definitely going to have to see what it's giving, y'all, because that's what people really need to worry about. This is all going to unfold, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is going to all unfold. And I want y'all to go back and listen to the song Mystery of Iniquity. I want y'all to go back to MTV Unplugged by Lauryn Hill and listen to the Mystery of Iniquity, because we about to go over that real quick. I can't play the song, I think, for copyright purposes, but I'm going to read some of the lyrics out with y'all, because this is definitely the history, misery, and mystery of iniquity. I'm telling y'all. If y'all wonder what I'm doing, I am putting my rest of my J, we call it a roach, into my one hitter. So if y'all think that I'm hitting a cigarette, it's not a cigarette. It's just a one hitter that I use because I can't hit roaches, so period. But basically, I feel like this is all unfolding before our eyes. And for me, it's very sweet because what's done in the dark comes to the light, baby. What's done in the dark comes to the light. Always, every time, no matter how much time, it's going to happen. And we're going to see a lot of light being shed on these motherfuckers. We need to protect the judge that had this list popped open, who actually ordered for this list to be publicized, because this is going to be something. But with P. Diddy, more things are going to come out only because Cassie opened up the gateways, had people confident to come out. Like, if Cassie can do it, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my story, blah blah blah. Even with Christian, he's definitely coming out and talking about this. But the one thing about Christian that's turning me the wrong way is you're not saying nothing. You possibly are trying to send whistles to somebody so you can get some money, or if this is your story, tell your story. We definitely have been listening this whole time. Y'all probably seen the videos of him talking about his story. If y'all haven't, Christian Keys, I just seen a clip of him on What's Done in the Dark. One of my favorite plays by Tyler Perry, side note, is What's Done in the Dark. I used to sit back when I was a little kid and watch, not a little, but when I was a kid and watch that shit over and over. I memorized the songs. I used to joke at the facial expressions of some of the women. I used to literally watch that, and Christian was in that. Some people may not know about Christian. If you know about Tyler Perry in his early years within his plays and stuff, I had family members who collected all of his tapes and DVDs, and you know, so I was definitely aware of Tyler Perry and his work before he started doing Madea movies. But he was definitely a cast member. Thing with Christian is, you up in there in the comments saying it would break your heart if I told y'all. Nigga, no, it's not at this point. No, it's not. It's not. I promise you it's not. It's not gonna break our hearts. Just say it, get off your chest. You know, let them shake in their boots, but let them get what they are sowed, like, period, right? A lot of this is happening for a reason, but I feel like there's also a spiritual reason behind it, you know? And I feel like it's important to look at things from a different perspective when it comes to just watching these stories play out with these celebrities and their lives play out when they go to court and scandals and things like that. We have to also look at things from a spiritual perspective. What do I mean? Different things. Like, for me, when I look at things from a spiritual perspective, I kind of am an empath. Not kind of, I am an empath. And one of the first things that I'm more inclined to do is kind of put myself in that person's shoes, hypothetically, emotionally, whatever. But sometimes I put myself in that person's shoes, right? Like, but with certain things that happen with scandals, I'm like, for me, I look at it like, this person must really be struggling somehow, spiritually, at war. Sometimes I look at it like, is this person at war somehow, not just with what is perceived to be on the surface, but things deeper, right? What are they struggling with? That's why I talked about Doja Cat in my last video. She's definitely struggling mentally, spiritually. Something is there. She's struggling there. That's what I pick up, is that she's just struggling, having war back and forth with herself. Another thing that you can do when looking at things from a spiritual perspective is looking at the bigger picture of things, trying to back up from this picture, and kind of, if you can, because I don't think people should like just make unnecessary connections, but if you can back up and look at things that are parallel to certain things and try to make that spiritual connection in a way of, you know, how God moves, right? Or how other spirits can move, because there's a spiritual war going on. I look at things of like offense, defense, like who's making these plays right now, and why are these plays being made on a spiritual level, and what does that mean for the good side. For me, I only care about the good side, but I see things happening and I'm like, there's other things at play here. For me, I'm a firm believer in the second coming, but biblically, the Bible says that Satan is going to do a lot, well, the Antichrist is going to do a lot of things before his day is to come. And he's going to try every single thing, everything that he can. So I feel like it's important to stay mindful of things from that perspective. Like, who are making these plays, right? Spiritually, I feel like definitely these things are definitely going to pop up. And Sloan Bella is a Christian sidekick that I spoke about on my Get Ready With Me. I asked y'all, what do you guys think about Christian sidekicks, and what are those, what does that mean, and like, how does that fit, and things like that. So, and spiritual gifts, and God does give us gifts. So just what that means, because Sloan Bella talked about this, and she said that Kim Porter has a burner phone somewhere in a box somewhere. It's there. Do I think Cassie got that evidence and presented to the police? I don't know, because I don't know how much those women knew each other. Again, Cassie was the new, and she was the baby mama. So I don't know if she had access or how she would have even had access to that. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody anybody. I hope, you know, because she said that a lot of people don't know. She said that only a few people know about this burner phone and things like that. So I do think that that story, or what Sloan Bella said, was added to that story on TikTok. But I don't know if Cassie submitted any additional evidence. We're going to have to wait to see, because I tried to look it up. I didn't really see any credible sources talking about, oh, Cassie submitted the burner phone. So we're gonna have to see about that. So I wanted to go into Lauryn Hill. The reason why I wanted to talk about Lauryn Hill is because I was revisiting her MTV Unplugged. I feel like that album is definitely an album that I feel like a lot of people should go back and revisit if they've already heard it and enjoyed it, because she is speaking a lot of facts. She's very vulnerable in her lyrics with all the songs. Some of the songs brought me to tears, and I just feel like she's speaking facts. If you haven't heard MTV Unplugged by Lauryn Hill, definitely check it out. I'm not somebody who generally takes pleasure in the downfall of anybody, right? But, you know, if I feel like you've done certain things and there's something about you that it's just, you've done some really wicked things or whatever, and things are unfolding, I'm gonna sit back and get my popcorn, baby. I'm gonna get my popcorn and I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna watch that shit like a damn movie, because the shit that you did, you thought you was gonna get away with it in a day like a movie. So guess what? Shine a light on them, period. But I think that's basically it, y'all. I kind of want to keep it more short and sweet. Thank you guys for the feedback for the last video. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see, look, like, period. Yeah, you know, ride with me, slide with me, yeah, high five with me if you want to get high with me, period. Like, what's up? Yeah, I think I touched everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Definitely let me know what y'all think. Like, do y'all think that TD Jakes is a power bottom? Alright, TD. Alright, TD Cakes. Do you think that there's going to be more evidence that's going to unfold with Cassie? And do you guys look at things from a spiritual perspective when it comes to a lot of these scandals? Or do you just be like, oh yeah, them niggas tripping, you know, blah blah, and just keep it moving? Like, I'm just curious. Like this video if you guys thought this was a decent video. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm definitely going to be pumping out some more content. I'm definitely going to be trying to get into it. I want to talk with y'all. I'm definitely in the comment section, period. So get into it, and yeah, peace.